We are Venom.
What's up YouTube, Card Boss here, back in another video where I talk about cards, money, investing. Today we're going to talk about Venom, right? Very popular character in the Marvel Universe. Everybody knows Venom, you know, that wisecrack villain, hero, anti-hero, whatever you call it, right? That is has appeared on the big screen twice already. And the recent movie, it's Let There Be Carnage, Venom 2, right? Not one of my favorite movies among Fox/Marvel movies. I still prefer the first Venom, but nevertheless, there is a reason why I have all these Venom cards that's in front of me here today, right? So I've done a reveal in my last video, so I'm not just going to go through all the different Venom cards I have here, and more talk about what's the investment strategy behind Venom at the moment. Okay, so I get it, there's a lot of Venom collectors out there already, like picking up stuff for Venom. After all, I would believe he's, in my opinion, top 5 characters, right, in the whole of the Marvel Universe, behind Spider-Man, Wolverine, Deadpool, then there's Venom, and of course there's a couple others who were debatable between Captain America, Iron Man, and Hulk, right? So Venom ranks quite highly in my list, okay, and there is also a reason which I'm going to go through specifically why I have these bunch of Venoms that's in front of me. Okay, so talk a bit about the character. Originally, first appearance in the comics in Amazing Spider-Man 300, it's very iconic and special issue, even though Venom's not in the cover of that particular book. It's a black suit Spider-Man in that book, you know, by Todd McFarlane. Iconic book. I do recommend pick up a copy if, let's say, you're a big fan of Venom. It's definitely one of the must-buys for Venom PCs, and I believe most of you who PCs Venom should have a book in your collection. Okay, but coming back to cards, right? Venom cards, I think, has been in existence for quite a long time, right? And I'm not going to go dive back on what's his rookie card or some of his other earlier cards and stuff like that. So I'm focusing more on particular pieces which I feel that has investment potential. And why am I so focused on Venom at this present moment, right? So I want to take a look back. I kind of did a bit of research about, you know, the effects of movies or Marvel Disney Plus series that coming to the big screen or the silver screen, and how does this actually affect prices overall. And we've seen some examples, right? And the most recent one, of course, is Moon Knight, right? And of course, we have seen effects of I would say the previous MCU movies, okay, and most recent trailers like Miss Marvel or even Morbius, right? I'm not sure how does that translate to cards first, because these are not I would say prominent characters in the Marvel Universe. They are popular, right? And there are people who have speculated on these characters and perhaps now reaping some dividends, especially Moon Knight, right? I've seen Moon Knight cards, you know, going from, let's say, like $50 and it's going up to about like $100 or $200, and that's, in my opinion, for a small character like Moon Knight, that's an absolutely insane gain. But I don't foresee that kind of trends being very, I would say, long lasting. It probably will just die off pretty quickly after the series has started, or, you know, after the series has ended. So I wouldn't advocate going towards that direction. Yes, if you have those cards, you know, in your collection hiding around, and therefore pull it up and then make a quick sale and earn a few bucks, yes, for sure, capitalize on the appearance. But from an investing point of view, to going into buying into these kind of characters is not really advisable, and I would stick to the big ones. And Venom is somewhere in a special spot, like, okay, so like I said, top 5 character. I know everybody knows about Spider-Man, Wolverine, Deadpool, so those you know already are in a different kind of price level compared to all the other characters like Captain America or Iron Man, right? So Venom, it's kind of just trending its head just above water. It's not the levels of Spider-Man, Wolverine, or Deadpool, but it's not down there as well. Okay, so it's in a very unique price point, and there is opportunity for these Venom cards that I have in front of me to really jump up. And I would think that the catalyst for this particular Venom would be a potential upcoming, which we know is coming, the crossover with Tom Holland Spider-Man, right? So in my opinion, that's gonna be the biggest crossover, right, in the coming years, right? We can all talk about X-Men coming to the movies. We can talk about Doctor Strange, the Illuminati, and all this kind of, you know, appearances that potentially people are talking about at the moment, but none bigger than the crossover between Spider-Man and Venom. Like, it's the biggest rivalry, right? We've seen all the earlier videos, right, with Tobey Maguire and all, but none big, in my opinion, is Tom Holland versus the current Venom that we see here. And these cards I have in front of me, I would think that I would say gives the best, in my opinion, illustration of Venom. The art looks great. It has come from iconic sets, right? You talk about precious metal gems, royal foils, vibranium, exquisite, and that's how I would think that you would want to invest in cards. Focus on top characters, focusing on top sets, and then drilling down on picking up as many pieces as possible. So all these sets here share a very common trait, right? These are all the sets that people are talking about. The PMGs, the royal foils, the vibraniums, the exquisites, right, up and coming. These are all serial number, means they're I would say low pop, or their certainty in their population, you know, numbered out of 49, numbered out of 99. This royal foil here is numbered out of 25, right, and this is out of 30. So all these have inbuilt scarcity in them, which make them extremely desirable. Of course, there is a next level added, which is the grading, right? You're sending to PSA, giving a PSA grade of, let's say, 8 and above, maybe 9 if you're lucky. That adds a lot of premium to this character. So Venom, for me, you know, I'm thinking long for this one, right? And I believe that some of you should be actually thinking longer, right? PMGs as a whole are the hot commodity at the moment, but I think there's a lot of videos that we're all talking about, like from Neo or Gingerband cards, whereby the prices may take a big hit. As I said, may take a big hit with that upcoming Goldin auction that has about like 90 over cards, you know, and what, 80 plus PMGs. I'm not sure, I can't remember the exact number, but that's a lot of PMGs going to the market, and there's a lot of people selling into the market. So this is a good buying opportunity for people to take in for their PCs, but I think the time for, you know, multiple flips of PMGs is over, and it's back down to focusing on what can work in the long game, right? Venom, in my opinion, is one of them, right? People talk about X-Men as well, right? X-Men movies coming out, Fantastic Four, but again, compared to those, right, I'm not saying those are bad, but Venom versus Spider-Man, right, somewhere along the future would be the biggest bang in Marvel Universe, right? Movies, cards, comics, right, whatever you call it, right? It's just going to create shockwave across all the collectible space when that get announced, and you want to be kind of prepared with the stuff for examples like these, not necessarily limited to these, but following similar criteria where people can recognize the inserts, recognize the scarcity, recognize the look, right? These Venom has lots and lots of cards, and some nice, not so. Even like talk about the PMGs, 2013 Venom, even 2015 one, not really, but these are iconic arts of Venom. This is what you're looking out for. These are what collectors be looking out for, and when that bang comes, these are the kind of cards that people just want to add to their collection in terms of having a piece of Venom. We've seen all of that, you know, with Moon Knight and all the others previously, but none bigger than what in my opinion, would be for Venoms. Cool. So that's my take on this thing. Or I'm not going to talk about price potentials and how many percent. We all don't know the answer, but I still advocate that Venoms, okay, along with Scarlet Witch, right, which I talked about in my previous video, has perhaps a very long staying power in the upcoming years, and that's something that you guys should be looking out for. And again, I remind you, not all doesn't apply to all Venom cards. You should be looking at certain criteria, which is what I just mentioned earlier. And I think that in a couple of years, okay, whether we send for grading or whatnot, I believe that all these cards here will eventually do very, very well. All right, that's all I got for today, right, guys? Do like and subscribe if you like this kind of comment. That ends my third video in about 3 or 4 days, right, to basically recap all my huge mail day and to talk about specifically on this investment potential for this Venom here. Like and subscribe. Do follow me for my future content. Thanks for watching, guys. Carboss out.